Hey guys, it's Rachel, and while in quarantine, like many of you, I've been having a lot of cravings. And one place that I'm really craving in particular is Bibble Sip, which is a bakery based in New York. They're known for their amazing cream puffs, and one of my favorite cream puffs from them is their black sesame one. So I thought I would do my own take on this recipe and try and figure out how to recreate Bibble Sip's black sesame cream puffs. So these cream puffs are a little bit special because they have a cookie layer on top, which is called like a Craquelin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Bibble Sip's Craquelin is very neutral and doesn't have a flavor, so I thought I would go ahead and add some black sesame powder just to kick mine up a notch. So after we've mixed together the butter, sugar, flour, and black sesame powder, we're going to roll out the dough into a really thin layer. It should be about 2 to 3 millimeters thick. And I'm rolling this out in between 2 sheets of plastic wrap, but you can use parchment paper or whatever is easier for you. And then you're going to go ahead and pop that in the fridge for an hour, or you can do the freezer for about like 30 minutes. In the meantime, we are going to prepare the cream puff pastry, so we're going to do that by bringing together milk, water, sugar, salt, and butter to a boil in a saucepan. Once it's reached a boil, take it off the heat and then add in your cup of flour and just whisk or stir really energetically and very vigorously until it comes together. So then we're going to return the saucepan over low heat and just kind of stir for about a minute or two until the moisture kind of evaporates from the batter. Then we'll transfer the batter into a separate bowl and let it cool down. And then we are going to add in 4 whole eggs and make sure you mix each egg one at a time. So until you get one incorporated, definitely do not add the other one. And your mixture will start out kind of chunky, but then eventually become this like really smooth, silky batter. Once you've reached the desired consistency, go ahead and load up the batter into a piping bag fitted with kind of just a plain nozzle, no fancy decorations, and then we're going to pipe the dough into like 1-inch circles on parchment paper on a baking sheet. Depending on how big you want your cream puffs to be, you can make bigger ones or smaller ones. I opted for some miniature sized ones. And if you've ever made cream puffs before, you know there's a neat trick where you can use water to tap down any of the tops that you don't like. But in this scenario, since we have a cookie topping, it doesn't even matter. So we're gonna remove the cookie topping from the fridge after an hour and then cut out little circles that perfectly match, or to the best of your ability, match the cream puffs that you piped out earlier. Then it's fairly simple. You just grab one of the cookie toppings and place it directly on top of your cream puff. We'll bake these guys off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 25 to 30 minutes, and voila! They'll get this nice sort of crackly, crumbly look with that cookie on top, and then in the meantime, we'll go ahead and prepare our filling. Homemade pastry cream is typically used as the filling for cream puffs, but I kind of used a cheater method by combining instant vanilla pudding mix by Jell-O with some heavy whipping cream. And to really ensure that black sesame flavor, I added about 3 tablespoons of black sesame powder and then folded all of those ingredients together. And now to fill each of the cream puffs, I'm going to load up the pastry cream, or my fake pastry cream, into a piping bag fitted with any kind of nozzle really. Then we're going to go back to the cream puffs and cut a little slit into the bottom of each one using a pretty sharp knife, and I usually like to make an X mark. And then we'll go ahead and push some of that pastry cream into each one. And then there you have it. That's how you make some black sesame cream puffs that are very reminiscent of Bibble Sip. They are stuffed and filled to the brim with pastry cream, and that black sesame flavor just really comes through really nicely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe it'll satisfy some of your cravings if you guys have any Bibble Sip cravings. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week.